Hey Jake, ready for me to make a fool of myself? It's video time! Regretfully, this video isn't about Adventure Time. That's a later video that's coming soon. This video is about the regenerations in Doctor Who. A Time Lord's regeneration is where they renew themselves, going through a complete physical and sometimes psychological change. A regeneration might need to happen because of severe illness or injury, or it could happen by choice, be it voluntarily or involuntarily. Back when it was obvious that Hartnell, the first Doctor, was going to be unable to keep playing the Doctor much longer, the writers of Doctor Who were scrambling to find a reason to keep the show on the air. They came up with this idea that since the Doctor was already established to be an alien, he could just die and then just come back in an entirely new body. The then producer suggested that the Doctor might be able to do this regularly, which means that an older actor would be replaced by a younger actor and the show would just keep going. In 1976, in an episode of Doctor Who, it was stated that the Doctor could regenerate 12 times before actually dying, which means that he would have 13 incarnations or lives, which in the mid-70s was a rather large number. They probably did not think that it would get that far. But for those of you keeping score at home, they are on Doctor number 11, which begs the question, what are they going to do after Doctor number 13? There are actually exceptions to the 13 lives rule, though. In an episode of Doctor Who in 1981, a renegade Time Lord known as the Master is at the end of his regeneration cycle. He takes possession of the body of another person in order to keep living. In 1983, in an episode called The Five Doctors, the Master is actually offered a completely new cycle of regenerations by the High Council if he helps them. In The Sound of Drums, it's revealed that the High Council gave the Master a new body during the Time War with at least 2 more regeneration. The fact that the Master has a non-Gallifreyan body and continues to regenerate implies that one just needs the mind of a Time Lord in order to regenerate. However, River Song is shown to have the ability to regenerate because she has altered DNA, which is close to Time Lord DNA because she was conceived in the TARDIS. Does your brain hurt yet? But the question that the fandom has been asking themselves since the regeneration of the television show in 2005, see what I did there, is how many regenerations of the Doctor will there be? It is explicitly stated by the 5th Doctor that he has 8 incarnations left, so there you go, bam, 13. But the BBC's Doctor Who Series 4 FAQ states that now that the Time Lord social order has been destroyed, the Doctor may be able to circumvent his number of regeneration. It literally says, now that his people are gone, who knows? Time Lords used to have 13 lives. But in an episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures titled The Death of the Doctor, the 11th Doctor himself says that he could regenerate 507 times. 507. Whether the Doctor was telling the truth, it's unknown. Rule number 1, the Doctor lies. Fun little side note, before they filmed that episode, it was actually in the script that the Doctor was supposed to say that there was no limit on his regeneration. And later, the writer, Russell T Davies, said that that wasn't supposed to be taken so seriously as it was a commentary, whatever that means. He knew going in that the 13 lives thing was probably so deeply entrenched in viewer fandom that his little throwaway line in the Sarah Jane Adventures probably wasn't going to mean anything. And then you have Melody Pond in her 3rd incarnation using up all of the rest of her regeneration energy to save the Doctor's life. It's unknown if she gave him her regenerations or if she used up all of her regenerations for that one act of bringing him back. And then remember, River got mad at the Doctor for using his regeneration energy to heal her broken wrist. Maybe using regeneration energy like that uses up a life? Like I said before, people have been questioning the 13 lives rule for quite a while. So much so that it started a conversation argument in the comments of one of my Doctor Who parody videos with people arguing about, oh, there are only 12 regenerations, no, there are 13, no, there are 500 and some, no, it's unlimited, no, there are only going to be 13 Doctors, which actually made me make this video. So because vintage Doctor Who episodes and the Sarah Jane Adventures both have conflicting ideas on how many times the Doctor is able to regenerate, what do you guys think? The reality of it is that I don't think Doctor Who is even close to ending. I think they're going to come up with some sort of explanation as to why the Doctor will be able to regenerate 13 plus times. I just don't know how they're going to pull off that excuse. Moffat's got some splaining to do. Oh, and Moffat actually hinted at the fact that the 12th or 13th Doctor might actually be a woman, so there's that. Thoughts? Alright, leave your comments and suggestions down below. I'm going to go watch more Adventure Time. Bye!